Hello everybody and welcome back to Stargrinding with Remblob. I took a little break for an appropriate reason, I feel like, but now we're back, and as you might be able to hear, we actually have the real Remblob Stargrinding theme again. just like straight up ripping and like sticking my name on lock-in song lock-in song paper. But we're back we're playing Geometry Dash for Stargrinding, and today since it's been so long, I just need to like go back and like recap everything that's happened, because there's a lot of shit. There might have to be a Remblob recap episode part 2 of this, because it's just been a lot of stuff has happened since the last episode. So let's do, you know what, let's go Celeste mode. Let's go 247. Jesus Christ. Wismus. Ooh, we got an auto. Interesting. We'll just do more stuff on this. We'll just do 2 levels on the next page. Wismus. So, we're starting the episode off heavy, obviously, because if you saw the last one, you'd know that the last time I recorded it was because of my grandpa unfortunately dying, and he hadn't died at the when that episode went out, but shortly afterwards he actually did end up passing away. It was right after I got back to Oregon from seeing him, which was like really bad timing for for my mental health and stuff. But finally, like last month, in June, there was his funeral services, and I couldn't make it because it was in Hawaii, obviously, but I ended up writing up a little speech that my dad ended up reading, and that was nice because I wrote it, and then it was read aloud at his thing, and it did suck because basically all of my family was there, like even family that wasn't there, that doesn't normally live in Hawaii, like they live in the mainland, like they were all there for it. And some of them were there when I went home, because mainly all my mom's siblings, basically, and then my grandpa's sister that lives in New York, like they all came out, but like at the funeral services, like everyone was there, like even my cousins that weren't there when I was there. So it would have been nice to like see everyone and like share some stuff about him to people and everything, but I always maintain that, like, when I think about it, it's like I'm so glad that I'm a lot happier that I think it does suck to miss the funeral, but at the same time I was able to see him one last time when he was still alive. Like, I think that's the most important part to me, and it was a nice time. Very sad, obviously, just like seeing someone that like you basically like my grandma and grandpa on my mom's side are basically like a second set of parents. Like they would pick me up from school every day. I don't know how much I'm rehashing from like the previous episode, but because I don't remember it very much, but like yeah, they just like very important people in my life, and just watching someone that did all that stuff for you, like with an oxygen tank and like not being able to walk and barely being able to even speak, is it was hard seeing him like that. But I mean, at least I was able to, you know, like not, it wasn't like my cousins who were just there for the funeral. So like, and that was a really big concern when I first got the news. Like, am I actually gonna be able to see him again before he dies? And I'm glad I was able to, because if I had not gone there, then I wouldn't have seen him ever. So it was good. There's some really funny stories actually shared, like my uncle. So I guess it's a great uncle. So his brother shared a story about like when he was in high school, like some girls like walked up to him and like were asking him about my grandpa and be like, oh, he's so good looking and everything, and like they just didn't say anything to him. So apparently my grandpa pulled. I mean, like he was pulling in high school, man. So like those kinds of stories are, they're always nice to hear, those kinds of stories, and like just of him being like a amazing person to everyone. Like it's really nice. It warms the heart. And like yeah, I was able to, like, they recorded the service, so like I was able to watch it back. I don't really like what I wrote anymore because it was, I don't know, it was pretty preachy and kind of, I like the general sentiment of what I wrote, but it just, I don't know. I like some of what I wrote, but the other stuff of what I wrote is kind of like, I don't really want to say cringe, because I don't think it was necessarily cringe, but it was like, come on, like, why are we talking about this? You know what I'm saying? But everyone else did great. It was funny, my mom, when she got what I wrote, she was like, should I rewrite mine? Because ours were so similar to each other, because we talked about all the same things, which is that's kind of funny, and it speaks to him being just like a great guy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that happened. Anything else? Not really, I don't think. But I guess is that all I want to say? I think that's it. Like, I've moved past it now, and I've moved on. I've made my peace with everything. So, and actually, you know what? Is a good thing. A very good thing with stuff like this is I recorded that episode and then didn't really expect anyone to watch it, but Jeremy ended up doing it. I don't think he's gonna watch this one, but in case you are, that actually did mean a lot to me. And like, I streamed Darkmoon Ruins, which is a Celeste map, right after, not right after, but like, it was pretty close to when, like, pretty soon after he died, so like I was still kind of sad and stuff, but he said, what exactly did he say? He was like he was like, I don't really have the words to say this to like give comfort or anything, but like, woo, video games. And I thought that was pretty funny. And like talking about it with other people was nice too, like all my close friends and stuff. Dude, one of them, dude, Max, if you're watching this, you're insane for this one, man. You this was a lot later, after like I made my peace with it and everything, but I hadn't told them yet because they hadn't watched the Stargrinding episode, and like I just don't really like to just drop that on people, you know. But I told them that, oh yeah, my grandpa died, and then immediately this is insane. They're like, well, it didn't happen to you. And I had moved past it by that point enough to find that funny, but easily I that could have been like a you're crazy for that one, Max. You're crazy for that one. But yeah, that happened and it was very sad. But to move on, what else happened? I moved to a new apartment. I have my own place now, which is really cool because it's also right next to the grocery store, which is so nice, bro. It's so nice. Moving is kind of painful, but like once you get there and you're there and everything, dude, having my own place, even though it doesn't have, like, my old place had like laundry and like a dishwasher and stuff. It had like amenities, but it's just the location and also having my own place at the same time. It's just so nice. Like I'm also right next to like my friend's house that like basically all of my close friends live at, that's really cool too. But yeah, I moved. I'm right next to a friend's house, and that's been really nice. I've been watching movies. I've been going over to the house and watching movies. I watched the Cornetto trilogy, which is Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. We also watched Uncut Gems, which is kind of an insane movie to watch with people, but it's really good. It's just like insane. It's like so tense. You're like holding your breath the entire time. It's like that kind of movie. But I really liked it. I mean, it's an Adam Sandler movie, and it's like a really serious, gritty like drama, which is like, it's good, man. I'd recommend it. And I'd recommend like basically all the movies or stuff. got into watching movies on my own again as well. I rewatched Blade Runner and the sequel to it. And I really like them now. I didn't care for this 2049 before, but I did like the original, but I just liked it more on this rewatch. I also watched Nobody, the Saul Goodman, John Wick, the Bob Odenkirk action movie. That one, I really liked that one. That one was also really good. I just watched the new Superman. I really like that movie too. I don't really have like in-depth thoughts on any of the stuff I've seen. It's just like, oh, it was pretty good. Basically just that, like, oh, it's pretty good. But yeah, that's basically everything in that front. Let's see what else happened. Dude, there's so much happened here. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my god. Okay, so we're in June right now. I kind of skipped ahead, but we're in June. Yeah, I moved. Now we're in July. Dude, okay. Yeah, here we go. I'm fully back on the Geometry Dash train right now, man. It's actually been kind of crazy. I'm just fully back in on the Geometry Dash train, bro. It started with, I was just like hopping in GD playing some random shit, and then I just randomly decided, hey, let me play EXO for no particular reason. And upon playing it, I'm like, hold on, this seems actually doable. This actually seems like I could do it. And so I started doing like one of the biggest shadow grinds of my life, and I actually ended up getting pretty far with it. I got I was able to get, I think it's like 43 or 41 to 100, and also 37. So like I almost have EXO in 2 runs, and it's like, it's a huge jump from Prismatic Haze. It's a huge jump. And if you might be asking, oh, if you didn't finish it, then how are you back on the GD pill? To cover for the fact that I was playing GD so much, I was like, you know what? Let me make up some shit. I'm gonna make up that I was practicing Blade of Justice a lot, and I ended up just not going through with it. But I ended up going for another level, Falcon 16. And that was one to cover for like another reason to declare why I was, or explain, I guess, why I was grinding GD so much. And I actually ended up going through with Falcon 16 and beating it, and with that came like a whole bunch of more motivation, because I just beat a new hardest out of nowhere, right? So after that, I just went on a tear. I've been on a tear. I've kind of slowed down. I've slowed down with extremes, but I'm still kind of on a tear. But I ended up beating Bloodbath, which is insane. It's a level that I've just looked up to for so long. Literally an entire decade. I've dreamt of beating that level, and now I have. Like, that's just insane. And upon beating Bloodbath, I had this whole speech about being like, grinding GD kind of sucks even when I'm this like into it, because I just haven't really taken it seriously at all, and I've always been like, GD sucks, Celeste's better, which is true, but like it feels like I haven't really gotten very serious about this game in a very, very long time. Like since Prismatic Haze, basically. I haven't gotten serious about this game. Like when I got this new setup, I was like, okay, all my icons are default again, and the menu music is the default again. I just couldn't be asked to change it. But I made this silent like promise to myself where if I ever truly get serious about Geometry Dash again, I'll change my icons back, and I will get the menu music back. And it stayed like that for a while. Like I beat Niflheim, which was the 3rd hardest at the time, and I still didn't change it because I was like, that was still kind of just a one-off thing. But and even with Falcon 16, I was pretty like nonchalant about it. I was like, ooh, epic new hardest, yay! As opposed to Prismatic Haze, where I'm like, new hardest, oh my god, I can't believe I did this. I worked so hard, and I blah 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 blah. But once I beat Bloodbath, I was like, okay, I'm having a lot of fun with this game again. And after I beat it on stream too. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of tired of being so much of a GD hater. I still kind of am in some ways, but I was kind of tired of it. So it's the Infinity remix, but still, that's funny when I'm talking about reinstating the song into my thing too. What was I gonna say? I kind of got stunlocked by this intro. I was talking about getting serious about this game, yeah. And so I beat Bloodbath, and I was like, damn. It's really hyped that I beat this, but it kind of sucks that like I did it in such a way where it's like, oh, I beat Bloodbath, that's pretty cool, I guess. And I kind of wanted to get rid of that energy, and like because of that energy, like chat was just like felt no emotion, but even when I was getting far in Bloodbath, because it was just so casual and everything. But so I was like, okay, I'm actually, you know what, I'm gonna actually take this game seriously again. And I changed my icons back to their original colors and their original, like all the original ships and stuff and cubes and stuff. So now, then I just went on a tear. Man. I beat, after Bloodbath, I beat Moment, which was my 2nd hardest. It's harder than Bloodbath. And that grind was so much fun, man. That grind was so fun. I really enjoyed that grind. And so that just pulled me further in. And so I also beat, I started doing easier stuff after that. I beat Reverence. Reverence is cool. I also beat Disastrous Downpour finally, from a redemption made, like, I think it was literally made in the same stream that I beat like Prismatic Haze, man. I think that's when that redemption was made. So it was made a while ago, and I finally fulfilled it. I got another redemption, Feel Alive. That level's really cool. Also because it used a Porter Robinson song, which I think I've talked about that concert that I went to. It's like my favorite concert ever. It's one of my favorite songs from him too. I really liked that level too, and then I also grinded a bunch of Insane Demons as well. I beat Night Terrors. I beat what is it? Moth Melons. I beat the end. I got to the 50 Insane Demons milestone. That's really cool. I did 5 Insane Demons that offer no value to society. Like I did a bunch of shit. I've been doing a bunch of shit, and now I took a little bit of a break from hard stuff, and now I'm doing another new hardest again. I'm playing Distraught because that level's just really sick, and it's a pretty big jump. It's a 2-tier jump from Falcon 16, so it's pretty hard, but I really like it. It's really good. Fentanyl. Anyways, yeah, that's been really fun too. That's been a really fun grind too. I haven't been as consistent with it because I've had like work and stuff, but I've been really enjoying that grind. I actually have been really enjoying that grind. And I think I'm pretty close. I think I'm kind of close to being it. I've done 48 to 100, and I've done 57, I think. I think I've gotten that. I'm not sure, but I think, yeah, I've just been really GD filled. Been on the Insane Demon grind. I just beat 2 more Insane Demons today. I gotta upload the first one, along with this Stargrinding episode, I guess. Also, dude, I'm so much better. I beat 10 levels in 27 minutes, man. And some of them were pretty hard too. They were like insane. So you know what? I'm just gonna I guess I'm just gonna do shit until we get to the hour mark, or like around there, until I'm finished with what I need to say, I guess. Let's see. I really like where I'm at with CD and life in general now. I'm kind of in a I'm kind of in a rut a little bit. Like I've just been lazy. Like you know what? I'm gonna take this opportunity to say I have a huge like pile of dishes that I just haven't done yet. And today's the day. Today's the day I'm just gonna crank all of them out. Because I've been saying I'm gonna do them for a while now. Today's the day I crank them out. I'll just like put on a few albums or something and just listen to them while I like do a bunch of dishes. I'm putting my foot down. I'm saying this right now. But other than that, like I've been enjoying life. I've kind of been no-lifing games and stuff, which I'd rather not be doing as much. Like I'd rather just like be going outside more because it's like, you know, summertime or whatever. But yeah, I really like where I'm at. Other fun stuff that's happened. I went to a concert for one of my favorite artists, Cosmo Sheldrake. That was a really cool concert. Now I know everyone watching here probably doesn't know who he is unless you're Carter, who is the person that both introduced him to me and who I went to the concert with. The best way I can describe him is like organic pop. Like he's very nature pilled, I guess. I tried to think of a better way to phrase it that wasn't so brain rotty, but he's like, he did a soundtrack for a documentary, for a nature documentary. He did he uses he did a whole album with like bird song, and like made the calls of like endangered birds in the UK into music. And he's done a whole like album about like whale sounds, like whale songs, and turning like underwater sounds into music. So it's like, and it just sounds, his music sounds very organic, like it sounds alive almost, and that's part of why it drew me to him. And it's the music that he's known for, like his traditional releases kind of they're very whimsical. He has a very whimsical vibe to him. He has a very like unique voice. I really like his voice. And because of that concert, I changed my Discord status to it's a Cosmo Sheldrake summer. Because it kind of is. I've been kind of just spamming his music in my like music rotation. But yeah, he's one of my favorite artists. Is really cool, and because he's like, he's not like underground or anything. He still has like, I've checked. He still has like 700,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. So he's not like tiny or anything, but it was a smaller event. Like it was like 700 people or something, and so he actually stayed behind to like sign posters and take pictures and meet fans and stuff. And we waited. And we actually got a picture with him, and we got like, I bought a poster, and he signed that, and it's just really cool that he did that. And it was surreal to like meet someone that I've heard so much of, you know, like he's probably the most famous person I've ever met. So he makes good stuff, man. I'd recommend it. If you're like outdoorsy, I feel like if you're like an outdoorsy person, or if you like nature, then you'll like his stuff. But yeah, that was really cool. We didn't really talk to him because it started raining, unfortunately, and he did the meetup like outside of the venue. So yeah, it was raining, so we kind of just wanted to get home, and we also didn't want to keep him in the rain. So we just kind of like got our shit signed and got a picture with him. And that was like the whole interaction. But it's still really cool, you know. Huge shout out to Cosmo Sheldrake, and huge shout out to Carter. And then I guess the last thing, I actually have to enter practice mode for this one, I think. The last thing, it was my friend Max's birthday, and it's their 21st, so naturally there was alcohol, and I got to like meet a bunch of people and like hang out with a lot of people that were just in the area that I haven't seen in a while, and that was cool. But the main thing is that there was a lot of alcohol at the party, so I actually ended up getting drunk for the first time in my life, and I think getting drunk, I think it's hard because they're very similar but different. I think getting drunk and getting high are very similar, but also like pretty different as well. I think I like the feeling of being drunk a little more than being high, but at the same time, I also haven't really gotten high in a social setting before, so that's one thing to consider. Maybe being high is a lot better when you're with people. It probably is, but yeah, it was really fun because I'm just a lot more of a yapper. I talk a lot more when I'm drunk, I guess. And that's fun because normally I'm pretty like. I'm a shy guy, you know. So it was fun to actually like be able to talk to people like a normal person. But unfortunately, because it was my first time getting drunk, I didn't really know my limit. So I ended up getting way too drunk, and I had to leave early, which did suck, but at least I know my limit now, and I know how much I can drink before I start feeling bad. And what's crazy is like they always say like the drunker you are, the easier it is to drink more. That's just not true. Maybe I'm just that much of an alcohol hater, but like it still sucked. It still sucked, man. It still really sucked. I did not like it at all. Yeah, it's just like it sucks. Alcohol just sucks. I've had a few that were like fine, but I've never had an alcohol that was like, okay, this is worth drinking a lot of to get drunk. You know, like the process of getting drunk sucks. Like weed, you just eat a gummy once, and then you're done. You've gone on your journey. And the gummy does taste kind of bad, I will say. It tastes like weed, which doesn't taste good at all. But at least you don't have to eat so much, man. And also, the aftermath also sucks so much more. This is probably mostly because I drank way too much. Like, I was feeling it pretty good, but then I was like, maybe I could drink a little more. And then I drank like tequila too. That's like 40%, I think it's 40% alcohol content, bro. I decided to drink some of that, and then I just got way too much. And I was just like, oh my god. I was like dizzy and everything. I was, I couldn't really think. I had a headache. I'm like, and that's another thing. People say like the drunker you are, the more fun you have. It's not true. When I drank too much, I was just like, I just started feeling kind of awful, and I had to leave early, which sucks, man. Cause I was having a lot of fun before then. And I wish I could have stayed longer, but yeah, I just had to I just had to make the responsible decision. I asked one of my friends that was sober to drive me home, and then yeah, and then the rest of my night sucked, and the next morning sucked. I'm still kind of feeling it now, honestly. Like, I still have kind of like a small headache, but I'm mostly recovered now. But yeah, this morning sucked so bad, bro. I I drank too much. I threw up for the first time in I don't even know how long. It's been a while. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I threw up at like midnight last night, and that sucked. Would not recommend. But I did feel a lot better, and then I slept for like 3 hours, and I woke up, and I slept for like 2 hours, and I woke up, and then I had my first hangover. My first hangover, it went kind of crazy. I don't have that much time left, so let's just go auto. I don't really have that much to talk about left, so just play an auto level. Hangovers are so awful, man. It is probably because I hadn't I drank way too much. But even like a lesser version of the hangover that I had, it's just like it's just not worth it. I'm pretty anti-alcohol after this. Like, I'm not gonna have it for a while after this, man. Cause it just sucks. It sucks, man. But now I know. I'm for how shitty that experience was. I am glad that I know I've learned more about myself, I guess. Maybe next time I'll just get high at a party instead, because that seems like it would be a lot more fun and less consequences. Because even when I got super high when I was with Mega, the next morning I just kind of felt a little bit out of it, but I could still like do shit, you know, like I could still walk to the airport and stuff. But if we had gotten drunk instead, and I got super drunk, dude, that would have been hell on earth, bro. That would have been hell. That would have been so bad. That would have been so bad, bro. If we had gotten drunk every night instead. Ugh. Yeah, but yeah. And dude, I was kind of crashing out at like maybe I'm just different. Maybe my brain's just built different. But like a lot of things were like, I was looking at like hangover cures and stuff, and like I was concerned for a little bit that I even like got alcohol poisoning, which I didn't. You have to drink a lot more than what I did to get that. But I ended up looking up like hangover cures and stuff, and a lot of the things were like, it's tempting, but you shouldn't drink more alcohol. And I'm like, huh? Especially because I threw up. Maybe if you don't throw up, then you wouldn't be as I wouldn't be as averse to it. But it's tempting to drink more alcohol when you have a hangover. That's crazy to me. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, fun times and not so fun times. I actually was able to get all of the recap done. That's what kind of sucks about taking breaks, because it's like, oh, I have the more shit I do in between Stargrinding episodes, the more I'm like, oh, I have so much to talk about. But and like I could have gone way more into depth for like every like single thing I talked about, but I kind of had to just glaze over it all, unfortunately. But Stargrinding has returned. I do want to start regularly doing these again. Yeah, I had fun. I hope you had fun too. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening. I've been Remblob. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.